Why did you not agree? You were like, I don't know. I don't know. We're in it together, buddy.
It's White Boy Chris. What do you expect?
If my audio doesn't work, I'm tearing your shit down.
I'm like, here. You know White Boy Chris is not gonna rock.
All right, now team clear. You clear? Ready? Playing good.
It is kind of ambiance.
Yeah, it's fine. I heard something.
Hey, are you good? Are you good?
It's not great. Good. Who are these people?
Yeah, the main thing I'm down here is I just can control the people that have their.
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good from up here.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, thank you.
I'll raise this thing back up some more if I need to. White boy Chris says I'm good, so.
We're all in this together. One fucks up, we all get it.
No, we're not.
That's where you're wrong, buddy.
I already saw enough of your cousins today. We are not in this together.
That's the best we're gonna get.
I was at the motocross event this morning.
Oh, did you really?
The one in America.
Oh, here we go.
Is that right there?
Yeah, tall one.
With a big old head? What's that? Yeah. Thank you.
Bless you.
that everyone's here today. I actually had to get notes, and that's not a normal thing, because this is such a significant moment. We're thrilled that all of you are here today. We've got partners, we've got media, we've got the entire Atlanta Dream here, which is pretty special, from players, front office, back office, you name it. So 5 years ago, when new ownership took over, we had one goal, is to put Atlanta on the map for women's sports. And year over year, for 5 consecutive years, we have built this organization brick by brick by brick. And today is not only a statement for the Dream, but it's a statement for Atlanta. We're excited to bring back our elite core team, which we could not be more excited about, who took the Dream to another level last season, and also introduce a very significant addition. We've created one of the most exciting rosters, and will continue to do that, the most exciting rosters in the WNBA, and we still have not even touched the court yet. We'll begin with remarks today from leadership and then transition to hearing from our players. And so we'll start with our majority owner, Larry Gottesdiener, General Manager, Dan Padover, Assistant General Manager, Brooklyn Cartwright, and our head coach, Carl Smesko.
Thank you, Morgan. When I hired Dan Padover 4 seasons ago, I told him I wanted to build a values-based organization that could produce sustained excellence, a team that could compete for championships year in and year out with character. We agreed that it could take 5 years for that to happen. I think it just did. But none of this would be possible without the buy-in of all of our players. This is why I'm so grateful for Angel, for seeing what we are building here and bringing her fire, her versatility, and her grit to the Atlanta Dream. And that is why I'm so proud. I'm also so proud that our 5 stars signed multi-year contracts to remain with the Dream. Their commitments are a vote of confidence in each other, in the Dream, and in Atlanta. Every member of our organization played a part in making today happen, but I want to give a particular shout out to basketball operations, because they are the coaches and staff that support our players day in and day out, that allow them to be their best selves and to perform at their peak abilities. Thank you.
Thanks, Larry. That's tough to come back from there. First off, I just want to thank Larry, Suzanne, Robin, Renee. We just have a phenomenal ownership group, and their support and guidance is just a huge reason why we're here today. So I just want to thank you all, and your leadership has just been second to none. When we went into this offseason, we had 2 main priorities. That was retain our core and to remain opportunistic. And over the last week, I'm thrilled to say we did both. Keeping these players in Atlanta was just so important to us. And the most special thing is that they want to stay here. They want to win for Atlanta. They want to win together. And then to have someone like Angel come in and say, hey guys, I love what you're doing. I love that city. Let me jump in here. And to have this whole group, as well as the others that are here today, come together to try to build something and win a championship, that's what sports is all about. That's why we all got into this. I think that's what makes this really special. It's a group that is here to stay and here to try to win for Atlanta. And we're absolutely thrilled, and we're ready to get started. Camp starts in 2 days, and it's coming fast. And just to echo on what Larry said, the group we have here, the staff, the people, the business side, the basketball side, it's what makes up our organization, and none of this would be possible without them. Our staff is a big reason why these players decided to stay, why these players decided to join us. So I just want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And a key driver to that is my right hand right here, Brooklyn Cartwright.
Thanks, Dan. How exciting is it to be here today and to celebrate these amazing players that we put in place for the 2026 season? I just think we're all really looking forward to what they're going to bring both on and off the court. Dan and Larry both touched on, our staff and our culture, and I think one of the things that we look forward to every year is bringing people here that want to continue to work hard, are very resilient, and know how to elevate those around them. And I think this group of 6 young women that you guys are going to hear from today absolutely embodies that and everything that the dream stands for. We look beyond stats and we look at mindset as well, and we really bring players here that want to win and want to win at the highest level. And the reason why I believe that they want to stay here and do that with us is because we're committed to them both on and off the court. We like to provide them with a place where they can be themselves, where they feel supported, where they feel comfortable, and where they always know that we have their back no matter what. So I think this group that you're going to hear from today brings a lot of edge. They bring a lot of intensity to the city. 5 of them have put on for us before, and we added one more amazing piece. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear from them, but also to see the product that we're going to put on the floor this year.
Well, obviously I couldn't be more excited. I mean, this turned out just the way we wanted. I can tell you, we were coming off the best regular season in Atlanta Dream history, and then after having a little bit of a disappointing playoffs, Dan and I got together, and Dan's question to me is, what do you want to do? And I said, I want to run it back. I want the same group. I believe in them. I know one more year together, we can accomplish what we set out to accomplish from the beginning. Now, Dan was like, they're all free agents, and they all had great years. I said, I do, but we need them all. And we didn't know if it was going to be possible, but, the unselfishness of our players, they wanted to play together, they made it happen, and I think that's going to make it for a special year. We're already on the right track, and this could be a really special season. And I know the whole city is behind us. Am I right, Atlanta? Now, Dan's good at asking questions. He comes to me and he goes, what do you think about Angel? And I go, don't ask unless we can get her. And I just give Larry, Dan, Brooklyn all the credit to put this together. Gives us a real chance at something special. And we got to make the most of it. So we're going to be starting on Sunday. We're going to be starting training camp. We're going to have a process and a path to reach our goals this year. And we're looking forward to having everybody behind us. We know there'll be some rocky points along the way, but we have the team that can finish this off. So the standard is going to be high. We've got Nas here who re-signed with us, most improved player, 6th player of the year. Bree Jones, who good. Everybody clap for Bree. Bree is always so quiet, never gets the recognition she deserves, but every time I get a chance to talk about her, I tell everyone she is one of the 10 best players in the WNBA. She just doesn't need everybody to talk about it. My ride or die. I'm telling you, Rye took it to another level last year, made the all-defensive team, but Rye is an all-WNBA player, and I am motivated in working with her to make sure that is a reality this year. All right, Rye? How about the breakout season for Leash? First team all WNBA. And yeah, we're excited about it, and I think there's even more room to grow this year, and she's going to be a big reason why we actually get this thing all the way across the finish line. And then, JC, our point guard. All right, JC is an all-star level point guard, and you saw the difference when she was completely healthy, what it did for our team. And right now, she is completely healthy, so that's what we like to hear. And then the last person, we had a great draft. I don't want you to forget about our draft, but today it's about them. And adding Angel, everybody understands what an elite rebounder is. Everybody knows that. But the way her game has grown to a playmaker, decision maker, competitor, this is exactly what we needed for this team. And I'm so excited to see everybody start working together. I can tell that people are looking down like me and they said, we told you 2 minutes. I'm excited. Is everybody else excited here? All right. Then we'll see everybody at the games, and then I actually don't know what happens next. We'll see who gets called up.
Get some questions, Coach.
Oh.
You did. There is a mic on either side. Media, if you have a question, just raise your hand and get the mic to you. For questions, can you please specify your questions to an individual on the stage? We'll go to Bailey. Go ahead, Bailey.
Bailey Burmaster, Atlanta News First Sports Director. My question is to Dan. It's a little double-barrel question. I'm curious how hard it was to maintain this core while also seeking Angel Reese, and how the addition of her elevates this team specifically on the court.
Yeah, it was hard, but nothing in this league is easy. So I think to answer your question, as we said earlier, our two goals were to keep this group together and to add high-level talent. And adding Angel only elevates our ceiling. And all 6 players here, as well as the rest that are here today, they want to win. And this is a great league. It takes great players to win, and we're excited to be able to do that.
We're going to mic up front.
Emmanuel Blake. Question was Brooklyn, take me through these last few weeks, coming from the CBA, free agency to the draft. Talk about that room to get things done for the Atlanta Dream.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a sprint, not a marathon. You know, a few weeks ago, we were sitting here with so many unknowns. And Dan said, one day we're just going to have to wake up and get to it. And that's almost what happened. The CBA was signed and we got right to work. But the truth is, we have been working all along. I think you saw our plan really come to fruition. We had numerous meetings over the offseason, just sitting down, talking about what we wanted, like Carl touched on, and making sure that when we could go, we were prepared and ready.
Good on the right.
Hi, Monique John, CBS Atlanta. This is for any of you. This is obviously such a special milestone for the Dream, for the WNBA, for the city of Atlanta. How does it feel to be at the helm of so much growth, you know, for the WNBA?
You know, it's just an exciting time for the W, but it's even more of an exciting time for Atlanta. You can feel it, even here today. I mean, just look at everybody that wants to support this team. We know this season's going to be rocking. They're going to put on a great product, and the Dream is just, it's really becoming synonymous with the city, and we think that's the most exciting thing.
Good, Megan, go ahead.
Hey, Alex, Meg Hall with USA Today. This question is for you. You talked about culture earlier, and I just wanted to understand, like, how did you build this culture that makes the players want to come back, and then, of course, players want to join as well?
Yeah, I think we've been really intentional about building a culture that players want to be a part of long term. And I think when players enter our organization, they feel that from top to bottom. And it starts with ownership and Dan and trickles all the way down to, you know, our newest intern. Everybody has the same amount of belief in these athletes, and we all make sure that we surround them with nothing but support. And for us, that looks like prioritizing them on and off the court. We make sure that the main thing is the main thing, and all that they have to worry about is stepping on the court and performing their best.
Hi, Makai Costa with Outbound Sports. Carl, this is for you. You mentioned all of your athletes and their individual talents and things they've accomplished last year. What does your perfect scenario look like this year, and pick up where you left off?
Well, I think the biggest thing is just to start from the very beginning and understand, even though we did have great success last year, it doesn't really mean anything. We have to start over in terms of building the type of championship level program that we expect to have. We have talent, but now we got to work together. We do have some advantages in that a lot of these players are returning, and so we have a lot of different terminology and a different style and things, and I think the returns are much more comfortable with that, so that should go faster. But we also have some young players, talented players that we're bringing into this organization, And we realize they're going to have to play very well if we're going to reach our goals. So to be able to mesh everybody that we have on a team and put them on the same path to a championship journey, that's going to be difficult. But that's the enjoyment of it, to challenge yourself and see what you can accomplish.
Go to the right.
Hey, Coach. Denise from the Tegna and Locked On Sports Network. You were talking a little bit about some of the players and some of the growth that you saw in them last season. What's some of the areas of growth for you going from, say, that first year as a head coach in the WNBA to where you are now?
Well, the players will be happy to hear this. I think I'll have a lot of growth as well. I got a much better understanding just of our players and what they really like and what they're best at and how to best utilize them. I think throughout the season we got better at that, but that gets to be the starting point now. We watch a ton of film and we'll watch quite a bit of film, but now that they know where we're coming from with stuff, a lot of things are going to be a lot easier and more seamless. And I expect that our returning players are really going to help our new players learn some of this and spend extra time with them. But I think we're in a great place and we're way ahead of where we were last year. And I have a much better understanding of the pace of the WNBA season and how quickly these games come and what's realistic to be able to do in between games and what really is probably more than they can, or should handle. So I think we're going to put them in a great position to be successful. And I think our whole coaching staff, we get along great, and we know each other very well. And now we kind of know exactly within the W framework how we can best work together to help these players achieve at the highest level.
Any other questions in the room?
Question for Carl. You mentioned the conversation with Dan and interest in Angel. What did you see last year that made you feel like this is someone we need on the team? And then what can you do as a coach to help her? What do you envision for her offensive game, playmaking, scoring, that sort of thing?
Yeah, obviously you see the skill set and all the talent and her ability last year to be able to drive, make decisions on penetration, to go along with the defense and rebounding. But we plan on utilizing her. We create a lot of space and a lot of movement, so there's going to be a lot of opportunities to either score off cuts or invert some pick and rolls. One thing I like is players who can play either side of a ball screen, and I think she's going to be capable of that. Defensive plays to help lead transition. We can get out and transition more. But in truth, I want to sit down with Angel and kind of hear where she's coming from. This is our first chance to really get to meet in person, face to face, and I want to hear what she thinks her strengths are and what she really wants to get better at. And I want to be a coach that helps players achieve to their highest level and what they want to become. So we'll work together on a plan, and I look forward to working with her.
We good? All right. Thank you, Larry, Dan, Brooklyn, and Coach. Bear with us, we are just going to edit the stage. Now let's bring up the players. Introducing Ryan Howard, Alicia Gray, Naz Hillman, Brianna Jones, Jordan Canada, and Angel Reese. you do have a question, raise your hand and we will get a mic to you. We won't do opening statements, we'll jump right into Q&A. On the left hand.
Angel, question for you. This is Luke Catcher, Channel 2 Action News here in Atlanta. When I spoke to Morgan last week, she had mentioned you chose Atlanta. I understand there was a trade, but can you take us through the process of that and why the end of the day for you, this organization and this city?
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, luckily I was in a situation where it was mutual on both sides, and I was able to choose a destination that I really wanted to go to. I was able to see what Atlanta was able to do after 1 year, and bringing the quarterback, I didn't know, but I was really sure that they were going to come back because I felt like they love each other. I could feel the sisterhood just on the court, off the court, and looking at them. Obviously, I've had a relationship with Rye and Reese. She played against Nas, seeing her development and what they were doing, see Bree Jones, JC and Papa. So it felt like the right situation for me, and I felt like I was able to come here and help the team in any way I could. Coaches and the GM that really believed in me was something that I was really, really wanting after my first 2 years, and I'm really, really excited to be here.
And just in terms of Atlanta.
I mean, Atlanta speaks for itself. The culture here, the people here, you guys always make sure the games were packed. Even when I was on the other side, it felt like a home game. I mean, the atmosphere, and just being around your people. I mean, I love just being able to be here and feel loved and feel like the support is endless, and not just for me, but for everybody. Like, they've done a lot of great things, and I don't want this just to be on me. I wanted to come here because they were here, and I'm just here to add to it, and I'm just really grateful to be here.
We'll go to the right.
Chris Eric, CBS News. Angel, we know you have like a podcast, modeling, celebrity friends in Atlanta. How do you focus in on basketball?
I mean, basketball is what got me here. I wouldn't be here without basketball. That's always going to be my priority. I mean, anybody that knows me knows that I put my work first, and I'm going to put 100% in anything I do. And I'm here to hoop. I'm a professional athlete, and I know how to take care of my business, and everything off the court is off the court. But when I come between the lines, it's about business, and I think everybody knows that.
Go ahead.
This question for Nas. This is Angel Reese from the Crush Sports Talk. In 2022, when Ryder came in to help change this franchise, 5 years later, y'all are championship contender. Talk about being a cornerstone and changing this franchise when you first came in.
Yeah, me and Rod talk about this often. We really got here when it was gutted. Like, we brought in the drywall around here, so it feels great to see like how much work we put in, and you know, people wanted to come to Atlanta and be a part of the culture and be a part of what we're building. So to see it really from the start, when it was felt like just us, it's been great to be a part of it, and it really feel like we helped build it, and not just you know, kind of going along for the ride.
Go to Ernest.
Ernest Reese, NTV Sports. Bree, this question is for you. I wanted to know why was it important for you to resign this year?
It was important for me to resign back here because I think initially when I came here, I wanted to come here for the people and for the organization and just you know, what I could see from the outside, what they were trying to build here. And I think coming here, being here last year, and getting to experience it firsthand is definitely some place I wanted to come back to. And you know, I'm so excited to be back and you know, continue to build what we started last year.
Go ahead, Megan.
Hey, y'all, it's Meg Hall with USA Today. This question's for JC. I know last year you talked about your teammates pouring into you throughout the season. How are they pouring into you throughout free agency now that you're back?
I think it's kind of been how it's always been, just the sisterhood throughout the season, and then off season being able to play against them and unrivaled and just be around them in the off season. It's just like a testament to me wanting to come back
think just a little bit about what Naz mentioned earlier, seeing here, being a part of the foundation that said it, we didn't want to continue to, feel like the franchise was nothing. We didn't want it to continue to feel like what we came into. We wanted to make sure that, we weren't just here for work, but we were here for family. And you have Angel talking about coming here for the people. You have Bree and Jay's talking about staying here for the people. Like, basketball is what we do to, make our money, to make our businesses, but you still need the support around you to want to feel wanted and, want to actually have fun at what you're doing. And so I think recruiting, yes, we still want to win. Like, yeah, we still want to, have a lot of success, but it's easy when you actually genuinely care for the people that you're recruiting. And it shows, and, it's not just a ploy to get them to come play with you.
You good? Okay.
Hi, this is for Angel. I'm Kai Koss with Athlon Sports. So you guys already seem very close. Y'all have a sisterhood. Y'all talk about it. What are some fun bonding things you guys are planning to do off the court to kind of make sure it shows on the court as well?
I'm not sure. Maybe I can get in on the taste test. Maybe we can try. The golfing. I don't know. I think JC can sing. I don't know. I'm gonna try a little bit of everything that everybody can do. Just have fun. Yeah.
Go ahead, Bailey.
Atlanta News First Sports Director Bailey Burmaster. My question's for Ryan. I spoke to you very candidly last year at the beginning, and you said you felt heard and that you had real pieces around you. You have real pieces around you once again. You guys have built a very special culture and now Angel's in the mix. How do you feel things are different going into this year, and what is that ceiling?
I wouldn't necessarily say different, but enhanced. So obviously I did have the pieces last year and we still came up short, so continue to add on that and bringing in somebody like Angel I think is special for us because she could be exactly what we were missing. Everybody else is obviously going to do their part. Everybody in this front row, they're all going to do their part to make sure that we're all on the same page, we're all on the same train. We want to win championships, and we want to do it for a long time. And so, yes, I do feel heard from my front office, from the coaches, the GMs, everybody up there, but that's because they believe in us as well. And so it's an easy conversation. It's not that I feel heard, it's that we can have a conversation about what we all want together.
We'll go to Rod.
Rod Beard, Atlanta Journal-Constitution, for Alicia. When you were going to get a question, but when you compare walking off the court in the playoff loss and the disappointment with that to now the joy and the energy that's in the room, how do you put those two things together? How do you compare those two things?
It's one of those feelings that you never want to experience again. I can say going into, for me, like semi-free agency because I was court. So, it was an easy choice for me to want to come back, so I wasn't mad about being court. But then when everybody else signed back, I was happy. And then when I heard that Angel was coming, like I was ecstatic. I just feel like with the addition of Angel being here, like Ross said, I feel like she's the piece that we needed to get us over the hump. I feel like she's a great player, and I feel like in Atlanta, she really can spread her wings and show all parts of her game. We all know she's one of the best rebounders in the league, but I feel like here in Atlanta, we're able to show that she's more than a rebounder because Angel's a bucket, so she'll get to show that here in Atlanta as well.
You got one at the front? Yeah, that right there. No, not the front right, third row.
Thanks all again for this day. Angel, this question is for you. Obviously, a lot of change over the offseason and with free agency and that sort of thing. How do you stay grounded in these moments from coming to Chicago to Atlanta and this new experience?
Yeah, obviously my two first experiences were in Chicago. One, I'm really grateful for the people, the environment that I was in, and I'm always going to be grateful for that because I did experience a lot of great things and enjoy being able to grow within my first 2 years, but I wanted more. I love to win, I love to compete, and I wanted to be surrounded by people that can make me better. And I'm not satisfied with what I am as a player, and I feel like being around these kinds of players would help me be better, and I can help them in different ways to help them win. And that's all I ever wanted. I don't care about anything else that comes with it. At the end of the day, I want to to an organization that really cared about their players. I mean, I saw Renee at the games, and I didn't even know she was part of the ownership. I thought she was a fan. And just being able to see like the GM, having a GM that really wanted me and knew what my talents are, being able to talk to players that like genuinely know what I am and who I am as a person, but also as a player is like a breath of fresh air. Like it low-key makes me emotional because I haven't had this, and I'm really grateful. And I'm really looking forward to the start.
Hi, Monique John, CBS Atlanta. Can you talk to us more about what fans can expect this season?
Who is that question for?
Angel, but anyone.
What can fans expect? A bunch of wins, good high energy, just overall just fun. I feel like this season with this team, we definitely want to like feel the feeling of losing like last year in the playoffs. So I feel like this year, like the whole team is coming in with a different mindset, and I feel like now is the time to finally take over that hump so we can be able to compete for a championship.
Go ahead, Emmanuel.
It's for Bree. I feel like we got 2 double-doubles in the front court this year. Talk about being able to play with Angel and knowing that the low post is going to be well secured this year.
Oh yeah, no, that's great. Anytime we can secure all the rebounds and make sure we get extra possessions on both ends of the floor, I think it's going to be hard for other teams to stop that and try to figure out who you're going to box out, who you're going to what are you going to give up. But I think between me, Angel, Nas, well, there's going to be very few rebounds for other teams to get.
Questions for Nas. Nas, last year we saw an emergence of your three-point game. What should we expect to see this year in the second year in Carl's system?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is always continuing to grow. That was something I became more comfortable with, and I want to be to the point where it's not even a thought, where sometimes it was last season. And then hopefully teams respect the shot enough to where I'm able to get to the basket and then making decisions off of that.
Go ahead, Rashad.
Hey, Bree. My question for you is, playing with JJ in Connecticut and then BG last year here, how those experiences kind of helped you out, prepare for playing next to other sensational rebounders and post players?
I think I'm just very adaptable. Whatever role I need to be on a team, I can adapt to it. I think I played with like a stretch 5 and with JJ. I played with BG, who's more traditional low post, and I think just being able to do whatever role is asked of me, I think that's something that's allowed me to have the longevity that I've had in my career. And I think just continuing to be able to play with all-star caliber players, I think is something that's important when you're competing for a championship.
We had a question up front here.
Question for Ryan. You mentioned being here and being when it felt like it was nothing. I'm curious if you could talk about just the transition of what you've seen this franchise become in terms of things you have, you didn't have, or things that you were hearing from other franchises that they had, and that you maybe feel a lot better about where you guys are as an organization.
I don't think I can really speak on other franchises. As far as I was concerned, I was never worried about what anybody else had. I knew we always had enough. I think I was more of a challenge for, yes, our front office challenges me to, go out, do what I'm supposed to do, but also my challenge to them was to get me help. And they've done nothing but that. I mean, look at everybody you see in this room. And, I've always been a player that's, had to carry the load. Like, it's always been on my shoulders. And so to be able to now have all-star caliber players, like Reed mentioned, like, I can just go out and be free. I can go out and do my job better than I've ever done it before. And so I don't really think I can compare it to anywhere else because I've never been worried about anywhere else. This is where I want to be. This is where I'm going to continue to be.
We'll finish up with Luke.
Luke Patrick, Channel 2 Action News. Question actually for everyone but Angel. How would you guys describe, how would you guys describe what it was like playing against her the last 2 years?
I mean, anytime Angel's been on the other side of the court, I think I've had about 30.
annoying as hell to play against. So it's great that she's on this side. We've obviously had our fair share of battles. But you know what I'm really excited about is her competitiveness. Like on the court, when you know you're going against her, like you have to make sure that it's on for every night. But like she taught Cash Money, so you got to make sure you're on. So being able to go against that in practice and see that and it be on your side, like it's funny. So just like a super competitor and just brings so many assets to the game outside of her rebounding that Coach and Dan talked about earlier.
My experience playing against Angel, we've had our fair share of battles, in the paint, and it's going to be great adding that to my team, to our side now. So we don't have to go against each other as much, but we can, share and make other people work just as hard as she's made me work, these past 2 years.
Huh? You want me to tell? So. I text Angel and I was like, I ain't gonna lie, last year I loved playing against Chicago because I had my best games. But no, playing against Angel, I always be like, dang, like, how'd she grab all them rebounds? And then like when we be at the free throw line, like I'll be like, I'm not even like going in like you got the rebound because she's just so like strong. So it's just like me being a guard, I'm not finna battle with a post for a rebound. So, I mean, it was very competitive and fun, but I can say I'm glad she's on our side.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. This one's for real. It's in the middle. No, I think playing against her is a challenge because she forces you to make so many counter moves. With her versatility, me being a guard, she can come out and guard. Now, I won't say she can come out and guard me all the time, but you can't be loose with the ball around her. You can't just go up all comfortable. Like, it forces you to really be tight with, what you're doing in your game. As far as me being defensive, like, she loves to try to take me down to the post. That was wild. She loves to try to take me to the post and just, like, get her, her get back. I think Nas talked about that a little bit with her talking her cash and stuff. But I think it's just fun because you don't get that in everybody. Like, a lot of people like to talk, but they don't like the action. And so for her to be able to do both, talk, walk the walk, I think it's fun. And now with you being on this side, I'll be excited to back you up.
We'll take one more question. Go ahead.
Welcome Angel, welcome that squad. Brian, this is our year. What we're most excited about, we host Super Bowls, we're hosting World Cup, but our children are in class right now. They are going home right now, and when the world leaves, the dream will still be here. And so we're looking forward to partnering with each of you. You're great examples of what our student athletes and what our students aspire to be, and we're elated. On behalf of Mayor Andre Dickens and the City of Atlanta, welcome to Atlanta.
Amazing. That concludes today. I'm going to bring Morgan back up for some final remarks. Players stay. We are going to take a photo with the jerseys.
I'm not going to take very well. I'm so humbled to be in this room today. I don't have much left to say other than we have had 44 consecutive sellouts in this city for the Atlanta Dream. We are playing 5 games at State Farm Arena. Buy your tickets, represent, show up, show out. AtlantaDream.com is where
pressure. One shot.
If you are not in the first 3 rows, can you please stay seated while the basketball group leaves? First 3 rows can stand.